So today I thought it'd be fun to film a video with all of my personal tips on how to develop and find your own style. I know for a lot of people it's really hard to find the type of clothing you really want to wear and be confident enough to wear it. I myself have been through countless different styles in my life, and as of right now I'm pretty content with my style. So I thought I would give some tips, try to help you guys out if you feel stuck or if you feel like you can't really dress the way you want. So let's get into the video. Alright, so tip number one is definitely to experiment. This is the number one thing that has really helped me find what style I actually like and what style represents me the most. I've literally gone through so many styles in my life, I can't even count it on one hand. It took me so many years to find what I actually really like wearing, and I would not have known that if I didn't experiment with all different styles. So definitely just be patient with yourself. If you find that you're going through all different styles of clothing, if you're dressing a different way every year, everyone goes through that, and it's really just a matter of finding out what you really like and what you actually feel confident in. I always hated to hear this when I was younger, but it's really actually true. You don't actually know yourself until you're in your late teens or technically like an adult. So if you don't know yourself, you can't expect yourself to know your style yet. Trust me, I know some of you are probably like, that's just not true, like I know who I am, but like you will see once you are around the age of like 18, you really know yourself and you don't change yourself for anyone. Tip number two is step out of your comfort zone. I can't stress enough. This is like one of the most crucial tips to eventually be able to wear everything you want to wear. I know this is extremely hard, like especially if you're in high school and you feel like no matter what you wear, you'll be judged, and I was in that position too. But literally just take it one step at a time. Wear one thing out of your comfort zone that you wouldn't normally wear, and it literally gives you so much more confidence overall. I specifically remember earlier in high school, I think I was like a freshman, I literally wore leggings that had galaxy print on them. Looking back, they are absolutely horrendous and I would never wear them again. But the fact that I wore them, even though I could literally feel everyone's eyes on me, after wearing that, you feel like you can wear anything and you won't care about what people think or like what people are thinking when they're looking at you in the hallway. If you're not in high school, I get that it can still be hard, but I can guarantee you that wearing one piece out of your comfort zone will change your whole outlook. Just take it one step at a time. Step number three. Yes, I just had to look at my hand to make sure I was holding up three fingers. Get rid of clothes you don't like. So not only is it great to donate your clothes to Goodwill or like any other secondhand store just because it's a good deed, but this also helps clear out your closet of anything that you don't consider your style anymore. If you're like me, you're sort of like a hoarder in like a very mild sort of way, but I get very attached to things, especially like clothes that I used to love and I would wear every day, and like I just didn't want to get rid of them. But you have to like at some point just let go and just get rid of them, because once they're out of your wardrobe you won't think about wearing them anymore, and instead you'll just mature and you'll move on to other things that you actually want to wear and that you're not just holding on to because they're there. Also, this takes away the urge to wear things that you wouldn't normally wear just because they're there in your wardrobe. I know I'm guilty of doing this, and every time I clean out my closet, I feel like it's a fresh start and like I can just instead add new things into my wardrobe that I didn't have room for before. Also, if you don't want to just give your clothes away and you want to get some sort of profit off them, you could always go to Plato's Closet. I've gotten like $30 from Plato's Closet before by just donating a bag of clothes I didn't want anymore, but it honestly depends, so you might not always get a dependable amount of money. Also, there's websites like Depop where you can make your own like online store and you can sell them online and just ship them out to people. Both are really good ways to make money off your sold clothes, but otherwise I would always suggest donating them to Goodwill or any other secondhand store. Number four is figure out what you feel comfortable in. For me personally, it took me so long just to figure out that I do not feel comfortable in tight clothing that like hugs my body and low-rise jeans. Those are just two examples of many of like clothes that make me feel insecure about myself. Really start paying attention to the clothes that you feel exposed in and you feel gross in, and like just get rid of them out of your wardrobe. Recognizing this will help you make better like buying decisions in the future, because if you're keeping these things in mind, like, oh, I know I don't like low-rise jeans, so I'm not going to purchase them anymore. It sounds simple, but sometimes you don't even realize when a certain clothing item is making you insecure and it's not just you. Ever since I realized that I don't like bodycon clothing and low-rise jeans and things that just made me feel insecure about my stomach and my torso in general. Now I only try to wear baggy shirts and boyfriend fit things, and I feel so much more confident wearing them. Doing that will also help your overall confidence with wearing basically anything you want to wear. Number 5 is don't be afraid to repeat outfits. If you were friends with me in middle school and earlier in high school, you would know that I am the biggest culprit of this. Well, I was. I used to be so caught up in not repeating outfits that I think I went an entire year and a half without repeating the same outfit to school. And let me tell you, that is just absolutely unrealistic and ridiculous. No one needs to feel that pressure. People have washing machines. People don't have enough clothes to do that, so it's just not realistic. You shouldn't be afraid to be seen in the same shirt more than once, even if it's in the same week or if it's like literally back to back in the same day. It took me so long to realize that it literally just doesn't matter. It's your clothes, and if you like them, then wear them as much as you want. Another thing that goes along with this is not to wear things just because you don't have anything else to wear. In my opinion, it's always better to repeat the same outfit or the same variation of the same outfit than to go back to things in your wardrobe that you don't really like, but you're just wearing them to get quantity over quality, if that makes sense. So that kind of goes back to my last tip. Get rid of the clothes that you're wearing just because you don't have anything else to wear, and instead don't be afraid to repeat your outfits that you do really like and that make you actually feel good about yourself. Number 6 is not to get caught up in trends. This is probably, I think, the hardest tip to follow, because following trends isn't necessarily a bad thing. Everyone is guilty of it, even me. Like, I wear trends all the time, but I know there are people out there that dedicate their entire style to just following trends, and I feel like when you're doing that, you're not really dressing for yourself, but you're dressing for other people. It's okay to participate in trends here and there, but I think it's really important to have an individual style underneath all the trends that you can always fall back on when the trend fades out. For example, I'm sure you guys know that thigh-high boots are extremely in right now. They're a trend, and you will see it everywhere if you scroll down Instagram. All the baddies are wearing it. And I almost fell victim to this trend. And thigh-high boots are not cheap. They're very expensive most of the time if you want to get a quality pair. So I saved myself a lot of money. And when this trend goes out of style in like 3 months, I'm not gonna have these boots sitting in my closet that I don't ever want to wear again because the trend died out. Extremely like short trends like that, you always want to be wary of and don't fall victim to them, because in the long run you're going to end up with things that you just want to get rid of because they were part of a trend for a few months and you have no use for them now, basically. I always remember the thing I hated the most in high school was seeing one person wear one thing and then the next day everyone would be wearing the same thing. I always strayed away from that, and I always just kept wearing what I would normally wear, and I'm so glad I did that because I think I really maintained like a unique style throughout high school and still trying to do the same in college. So Number 7 is don't get caught up in your reputation. This is also something that has been a huge part of my style personally. It's so easy to feel stuck in like a certain style if everyone expects you to always dress that way. I remember every single day in high school, people would make the same comments about my outfits, and it's almost like they would expect something from me every day, and that got me feeling very stuck in the same style and like feeling like I can't ever jump out of my comfort zone or like do anything different just because I had this image. You just need to remember that people change all the time, and it's okay to like change your style up. It's just your clothes, it's not who you are, so people should not be like that bothered by it. And if they are, that's very weird, and they need to get a hobby other than paying attention to your style. Finally, number 8 is high school ends. I know that it literally feels like it's going on forever and it's your whole life, but it really does end. And for those of you out there who are like me and who always felt like they wanted to dress a little bit more out of the box in high school, but they couldn't because like you're trapped in a building with these people for 7 hours a day and they're all staring at you. And also dress codes, and for the very unfortunate people who had uniforms in high school. It's extremely hard to actually have a style in high school that's not limited or just not who you actually want to be. I promise you that one day you are actually going to graduate and you will actually be out of high school, and one day you will be in your own house where there will be nobody to tell you what to wear. Another tip to go along with that is take advantage of weekends and outside of school events and even like special events like prom and homecoming. And it's so easy to feel limited in high school, so don't let it get you down, and on the weekends you can show up in the most extra outfit ever and you will feel your soul has been cleansed. Okay, so that's it for this video. Hope you guys liked the tips. Let me know if you guys would add anything to this list or if you felt like I left anything out. I'll see you in my next video.